Okay, yeah, you have a good point about that. The guards assuming a fight's going on. Still better than a tavern brawl.
At the very least, maybe Selena stops by the piano while in the midst of in between the pacing, just to slightly just check the tuning of the piano.
Piano. Cool. I wasn't sure what that was. How deep a hole is he wearing into the floor?
Give me a second.
Yeah, as a joke, it's now so deep that it's just as tall as him.
For some reason, I can imagine, like, in Steven Universe with Ruby pacing back and forth and creating the heat.
But yes, I see NPC. NPC is here.
Yeah. Oh wait, I think Luna's busy with something real quick though. First.
Right.
Yep, he's whispering to me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Yes, it would take years. But that guy's a barbarian, so I honestly wouldn't put it past him to wear a hole that fast.
Well, it could be equated to months up to about 2 years if it's a barbarian on rage mode.
That? Oh.
Yeah, well, by now the rage probably wore off, so I would recommend not.
Yeah, I made sure to turn that off.
Yep.
Before anything else drastic happens, I will be right back. My pets are begging for food.
Okay, but
Yeah,
NPC, please be something important.
Well, Amy's gonna try her darndest to make her brother stop putting a freaking crease in the floor. Just Donnie, somebody help me stop my brother. Donnie.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna try to trip him.
Hold on. No. Hold on.
This sticker put out to try to trip him.
God damn it! I gotta make that. That one actually matches. So give me a second. I gotta make the con save. Nope.
One last thing he'll say after they do the switcheroo, but before the hooded lady leaves, is if anyone asks, the masked man has got a bad stomachache too. Ate something that disagreed with him.
But quick question to Jovial: what happens to me because I failed the con save?
You are now dazed, and stars, cartoon stars are spinning around your head.
Splat onto the floor in the rut he made.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
And now I have to carry a gnome who is nearly the size of a halfling. I mean, not size of a halfling, size of a dwarf. Back to a tape. Oh! Hello there.
Hi, I heard there's supposed to be a patient here.
I'll bring it to her.
Thank the gods somebody came here first. Now, as for Donnie, Amelia's just dragging him over to this chair. Excuse me, kind sir. Would you mind if I leave my brother here?
Ah. Is it okay to see the lady? The cleric has arrived.
He nods and points to the door where Alakar is.
Up in here?
Yep. Alakar, you see this woman walk into the room. Hi.
Hello. May I help? How can I help you?
I've been told you were sick.
Oh, I'm fine. I think there's been a bit of a misunderstanding. I'm doing all right, but the masked man next door, I heard he was the one who needed the cleric. Feeling a bit terrible. Stomachache, apparently. I think it might be some kind of food poisoning.
Food poisoning, you say? You sure you're
Yes.
not feeling weary at all?
Well, you can check.
Lightheadedness?
Well, I'm okay with you checking me, but you mind checking my friend first? You can come back to me as soon as possible, I'm sure. But he did seem to be the one suffering the
She-
most.
You see her
I'm
as you're
sure
talking,
the,
checking your head.
He doesn't move to resist or anything. He doesn't move to resist or anything.
Checking
I'm
your
sure the nice, out of character, Haugen, he's a dwarf?
I'm back when I miss.
Halgan is a stout halfling.
Cool. I'm sure the nice halfling outside can clarify things for you. Just let him know I said the masked man had some food poisoning. He'll understand.
I don't really care about the masked man, to be honest. My first priority is you.
Why's that? I don't believe we've ever met.
No, we haven't. But I know you. You're quite famous.
Oh? I suppose my reputation does precede me. I sincerely hope I haven't offended anyone. That would be kind of embarrassing.
Not offended, just favored.
I do try. I do try.
Did Alkin knock Donnie out with the cast iron skillet again? I'm seeing an attack roll here.
Apparently.
Dazed. So.
Okay. Anywho, sorry, carry on.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm the doctor. Sure, you can ask me anything.
You said that I haven't offended anyone, yes?
As far as I know.
She, air quotes, looks down, looking as if she's troubled by something. Then why were people trying to kill me?
You see a smile smirk on her face. Not kill. Just need to be relocated. And if you want proof, look at this. And she hands you what looks to be a piece of paper.
He takes it with trembling hands and reads it.
That is quite the bounty.
Does that mean you're here to collect?
In a sense. So, more offering an ultimatum.
I see.
Right now, the Wild Thorns are doing everything in their power to keep every cleric out of this building. We have the antidote to your poison. Either you come with us, be free of your poison, and go back home like a good little girl, or you die. Very
I
simple
see.
instructions.
Is the door still open? I have
see.
to ask.
Can I say something, please?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, I can't. I really can't. And but I want to. It's just, look, this is complicated, and
Then
can I
then
tell
let's
you
make it uncomplicated. Either come with us,
Okay.
get your antidote, or we'll kill everyone in this tavern.
Can I tell you something? If you promise not to hurt anyone, can I tell you something?
Oh, please. I'm all ears.
He mutters something under his breath. Low. Too low for her to hear.
Hmm?
His voice sounds weak.
Speak up, dear.
Does she lean in?
Yes, she does.
I just wanted to say, and her disguise drops. And give me a second. I'm actually gonna give me a second to actually pick a new disguise, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Let's see. Let's see what sizes we've got.
Yay! I made it back in time just in time for the dramatic roleplay. Yay!
All right, I like this one. The disguise falls. You really should have checked on the masked man. And his short sword is at her throat.
Let's go!
Oh,
So now, let me just wait. So now we know exactly what's going on.
Also,
Yeah,
I think
His dagger is at her throat, and guards!
Oh, my ears.
Sorry.
Also, I
God.
think Jovial's been trying to ask the question for a while.
Yes.
If the door was open, and I believe the door would be open for him to hear guards.
yep,
Even
definitely,
if the door's
definitely the guards
even if the
bit.
door's not open, yeah, he would have heard that. But yes, dagger at the lady's throat.
Dude, how many people hear that?
Perception?
Everyone, if the voice is loud enough, everyone can hear that.
Considering the lungs Luna has, yes.
Agreed. And you just see Donovan come barreling and like, what's going on?
Yep. I'm following the guards.
Yep.
You
And
know what? Just out of
Short
boredom.
legs.
yep, two guards from outside rush inside. The lady with her sword in her throat
He calls.
is trying
he calls.
to gasp for air.
I'm gonna get a verbal question. He said at her throat, not in her throat.
He didn't
At
stab
her.
her.
He didn't stab her.
Okay.
He immediately shifts back into the lady's disguise, and he says to Haugen and Donnie, "Keep the guards out of this room. We have Keep these guards out of this room. They're imposters."
Salute
Sorry.
and draw us the great axe.
Yeah, so...
Out of character, I did understand that correctly. The guards aren't really the guards. They're working with the healer, with this air quotes healer, correct?
As far as you know, no.
Wait, I thought she said the guards are working with us. They're keeping the real healers out.
No,
No,
the
she-
thorns.
The Thorns. I'm assuming it's another guild. Assuming it's
Yep.
another mercenary guild.
It's the mercenary
Oh, okay.
guild that attacked the circus. The wild
Oh,
Oh,
thorns.
okay. I thought she said the guards are with the Thorns. They're keeping any real clerics out.
No, the mercenaries are keeping the clerics out. The guards are just clueless.
Cool, gotcha. Never mind what I said about keeping the guards out, because that was my out of character misunderstanding.
No problem.
Yep, not a
Cool.
problem.
So yeah, he's back. He's immediately shifted back into the lady disguise. Seems we have an imposter in our midst. She's not a real cleric.
Helix the guards. Hopefully you heard that.
But she came in with the paperwork and everything.
Oh wow! I'm sure no one's ever forged paperwork in their lifetime.
Please help me. She's crazy. She needs to be put out in a mental institute.
Haglin was there. Haglin heard. You want to speak up?
Halgan?
Apparently, the changeling in our group pulled a switcheroo with the noble lady. From what I'm gathering, is that correct, big man?
Indeed, she's down the hallway.
Helgen was addressing the Goliath.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Yes.
Would you like to do the
And
honors of subduing her?
And you kind of see him crack his knuckles with pleasure as he grabs her arms to hold her tight behind her back, making her kneel down.
Before you rough her up too much, I might as well frisk her.
Also, out of character, the wanted poster, he's pocketed that himself.
Did he change back to a different disguise?
He's changed back to the noble lady again.
Okay, I wasn't sure, making sure I knew what was going on.
Yep, he changed the grandma form just to
mess with her.
just for the dramatic reveal, and now he's changed back to the noble lady so he can keep the disguise up in case there's a follow-up assassin.
Well, Helgen just outed you as a changeling, so
Not really. He outed me to the only one in the room is the Goliath, who already knows, and the lady, who now knows, so...
Oh, okay, I thought the door was open so the guards would have heard that. Misunderstanding on my part, then. Okay, so that's before the guards get there.
Yep. So anyway, Helgen, you search her.
Yes, investigation?
Yep.
Normal?
With advantage since the Goliath is holding her down.
Now hold still. I do not wish to use my skillet.
Oof.
Should have used the skillet.
Well,
Hey,
you do find some stuff that is what appears to be like a medicine kit, but as soon as you open it, you see more like papers and rocks in it.
hey,
You see what looks to be a dagger and a bottle of green, icky, substance. But you don't know what it is.
She
Pop the cork and take a sniff.
It's
said that
odorless.
the real. She said the real, and he's speaking, stammering in his noble disguise. She said the real guild was holding the antidote. She said they're threatening to kill everyone if I advocated, but it was if I didn't come with them, correct?
Yep.
If
so
I didn't come with them.
so you're saying this when the guards finally show up, yes?
Well, while the lady's being searched at the very least. And they're pulling out, and like Haugen's
Oh,
pulling out
you're
with their
you're
and stuff.
explaining the situation to her guard. Okay.
And Haugen, because Haugen's in the room.
Oh,
in
Yeah.
the room.
And by this point, the door is swung open. Everyone outside can hear.
Okay, so we can all hear. Okay, good. Yay! Sorry, bleh, rambling.
So please, for the love of all that is good, the person that's meant to question us is not from whatever group is holding the clerics hostage. We're wanting to go with them, whatever the case is.
oh.
I'm dying of boredom here.
Hello, gentlemen. You got here just in time. It seems our cleric here is an imposter. He hands over the faux medicine kit, the dagger, and the vial. I found these on her.
Do you mind if I take the vial?
That's
He
confidential now.
He
I
raises
was going to
the
ask
frying
it
pan.
so that way I could ask my sister to see what it might be, but okay.
As long as it still
Night
comes with
sleep.
us out of the building. You let your sister look at it under our supervision.
You did
All
say
right.
your sister was an alchemist, yes?
More of a tinker, but Amy,
Down here.
you need guard supervision for this.
Oh, for the love of...
He calmly
You know what?
hands her the vial.
Do not blame
no,
us.
I-
This is protocol.
I know, I just said you need to do under supervision.
SOP, my
Okay.
dear. SOP.
Anyway, alchemist tools coming right up. This seems like this is the inquiry for a little intelligence. So let's see what kind of magic I can do. Hey, look at you know.
Nice, nice.
You look at this liquid and you can pretty much tell by the color that green liquid means poison. And you kind of see what looks to be a mix of oils, some like black bubbles in it to know that this is more of like a mixture of poisons.
Could it be the same poison that's affecting the noble woman? Would you be able to make an antidote from that?
Well, okay,
If-
that was a bit of metagaming there because she hasn't shared that information.
Ah, sorry.
Yes. Wait.
My
Oh.
apologies. I thought she would have, as the DM was saying it. Sorry.
That is mostly up to sound, though, sadly.
But that
And does sound
question
fair?
is a valid question.
So it does sound share.
I do share, and that question is a valid question. if this is the same potion, if this is the same poison that is affecting the noblewoman, would I be able to make an antidote?
If you have any alchemy supplies with you.
You know for a fact I do. That's the one thing I know I need. Yep, I have my alchemy supplies on me in my pocket. So, is this the same kind of poison?
It could be.
We don't know because we never got a.
We never got a
Right,
sample.
we never got that blood test, did we?
No.
No, we did not because of the Goliath's input.
The
But-
noblewoman actually stood up and said, sorry, the hooded woman stood up and says, if you need that blood, I already spoke with her. Take it.
This makes things 10 times more simple. Thank you. This should be quick, painless, and give me about maybe 45 minutes to an hour.
I'm guessing Donnie looks the guards. I'm guessing with supervision.
Sadly, yes.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
But-
the Goliath in the other room's going, what are you doing? We need to save her. That's all that matters right now. And if she can produce the antidote, we've got to take that chance. They've already done so much for us. Maybe it's time we put our faith in them now. Please, help her.
Speaking of, I should probably give her at least another casting.
Please. If you can do that, if you can give me a blood sample, it doesn't have to be that big of a gash. Just a simple prick from a finger, a little bit of blood, that should be working wonders for me. So that way it doesn't leave that much of a bruise, hardly even noticeable for a wound, and it heals
Oh.
up within a matter of minutes.
Well, it's easier if you come with me to fully understand.
You go, Amy.
If
Now-
I need a guard with me, I'll take one guard so we can get this mess over with and we can get the Inquisitor here because we are bored. And she just
You
yells
say that
at
like
the
that
entire
hasn't been
group.
to me.
Yep, so one guard comes in with you, and Hagen, you gonna do your remove
DM
poison thing
question.
again? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
DM question incoming.
Yeah, why is the guard going to the room? Why is the other guard going to the room where there's just where there's just the masked guy?
Because we also have the nurse that threatened you too. And he's putting her in chains now. And now he is taking her away into this room to be quarantined. But anyway, Hagen and Amelia. You doing the spell and pricking the blood?
Yes.
Yes, and Amelia will just make a mental note. Oh, so this is how he did it. Clever.
But as you prick her blood, Amelia, something looks off. Her blood is silver.
Oh.
my. That's interesting.
She just whispers to the bodyguard, "What race is she?" Because human blood is red. This is Silver.
Yep. And at this point, the door is open for everyone outside to hear. She's a changeling. She is my decoy. As the hooded woman removes her hood to reveal the exact face of the woman that's lying
Know
in
it!
bed.
Jovial,
Me
I
too.
called it!
To
Also,
everybody that called it, just take your cookies.
Wicked,
I
did
called it as
you-
well 'cause I have anime feeling as well, so I will take that as well.
Cat,
Me too.
Yes, Ark?
did you ever hear Shay's question? He asked it twice already.
Yeah, how
Yes.
would the guards
I'm typing
know
it out. I'm
about
typing it
her?
out.
Could you
Oh,
get everyone stop talking at once? Because every time a cat's about to answer or someone's about to explain the question to her, someone talks over the person who's trying to explain something.
All right.
The question asked, why did this guard come into this room, given that for all he would know, the noble lady is in this room? This would just be some other person.
With the mention of pricking blood from the person who's sick and seeing that Hagen and Amelia automatically went into this room, the guard went in to investigate and to check on the blood procedure, not knowing that the noble woman was in this room. So it was more of like him following a hunch. Does that answer the question? And I'm in the
You're
red
going
again.
to get out of bed.
There we go.
Hello?
Can
Yep,
you hear us
yeah.
now?
Am I...
Yep, I was in the red
I
again.
could hear you the entire time. How the I could
Not
hear you the
you,
entire
She was
time.
in the
Shay.
red.
Wicked.
Yeah, me. I was in the red, so I could
Sorry.
not hear you guys talk.
Oh, sorry. What I said is Alakar's gonna walk out of the room, look in this disguise, and as he walks past them, he's going to switch back to the noble lady disguise in front of everyone, because may as well. Cat's out of the bag as it is.
What the?
Yep. And
Huh.
the guard is looking around, and now there's 3 of the same lady, and even though he has a visor over
And
his
it's-
head, he's got the facial expressions of the I am not getting paid enough for this.
Yep, and he steps into the room. Now he overheard the reveal from a second ago, correct?
Everybody heard that.
I'm gonna say yes.
Cool. I thought it was an everyone heard it, but just double checking.
Well, Cat said the door was open, so yeah, everybody would have heard the reveal.
So you're telling me that I was a switcheroo for a switcheroo for a switcheroo. Also, one small bit of advice, but if we're trying to plan a switcheroo, it works better if everyone doesn't immediately rush into the real person's room. That kind of gives away who the actual subject is, doesn't it? Would have been better if just the cleric came in.
While understandable. Sorry, my brain is just racked 30 miles a minute to an hour. But I needed to come in to prick a little bit of blood. I was not expecting for an entire party to come in
No.
after me just to keep supervision of this.
That's exactly my point. You're fine. Like he points to Cat. You are fine. Sorry, not to Cat. To Amelia. Why did I say Cat? He points to Amelia. You are fine. You need to come in and take the blood sample. You could just say, oh, by the way, I'm going to before I take the blood sample, I'm gonna go check on my friend in the other room. You, the cleric, could say, I need to do the same thing. those two fine. You, hooded... You, he says, pointing to the original hooded lady, probably would have done better to stay outside the room. Keeps the disguise up that, oh, this isn't my lady, this is just some other random stranger who I met today. Which means the guard wouldn't come into the room, and not everyone is crowding around the same room with the same person, kind of giving away that, oh, that's the VIP, clearly.
Well, it's a little late right now, so you, please, antidote.
Got it. Yep. Anyway, anyway. So blood gathered. It's gonna be a bit cramped in here for me to do this, but let me see if I can do this.
He steps out.
And
But
you,
he might be.
she turns to the noble bed. Turn back into your true form for now. You need the strength.
Speaking of which, can I have my face back? He says, pointing to the mask.
Here.
Cool.
And
He's gonna. Can I get rid of the bulldog so I can take my guys off?
yep.
I think I know your background.
Nope. But anyway, so 14 with the blood. Should I be able to make an antidote if this is the same poison?
You first tested a bit to see any kind of reaction with the blood. You see the silver blood. First interaction turns to like a sort of black inky thing. So you decided to add a few more things to the concoction, but it's proving a little more tricky than you anticipated.
Alucard stepped out of the room, yes?
Alucard stepped out of the room to gather his facial features, and hearing the rummaging of footsteps. For the love of Bocop, somebody stop my brother from running up and down the halls. I need to concentrate.
Can I
He's
attack him with my mace?
He just got dogpiled by a dragon.
Okay then, that works too.
It's not running, it's just more the pacing speed increased to the point he's running.
So the Dragonborn just dogpiled him. Nice.
But anyway, after much trial, very little error due to that 14. Antidote, possibility, 1 to 10.
At this point, 6.
It's not a guaranteed antidote, but it's a better chance for me to make something rather than nothing. With all that being said, your best bet would find a real cleric guard in the next 10 minutes to finish off the rest of it with a remove poison. Do I make myself clear before I start getting antsy and actually go better than your drill sergeant to get something into your head?
Yes.
Helgen taps Amelia's head with the skillet. Just lightly.
Yes.
Now, dear. He's only doing his job.
What he's being is a bloody idiot for not being thorough with his investigation.
It's not my job to investigate. It is my job to guard.
And you're doing a piss
job
poor
as a
job.
That involves investigating potential imposters. Alucard calls from outside the hallway.
His job title is guard, not investigator, not anything else other than guard.
Yeah.
Fine. But with all that being said, I will start making the antidote to the best of my ability. Guard, 10 minutes. Nothing more, nothing less. If I don't see a cleric in this building in 10 minutes, I'm coming outside.
Does she need to intimidate for that.
Yes.
Are
With
you knife,
advantage.
are you
And with
knife-handing?
advantage.
Speaking of which, how come I didn't have to roll persuasion for getting the cleric to come earlier?
RP reasons.
RP.
Fair enough.
You did an
enough.
excellent job already.
I mean, so did she, so why does she have to when I didn't? I mean, great roll anyway.
She's small.
I'm
Yeah,
tiny.
Fair enough.
Height matters when it comes to intimidation, and small
Yep.
don't intimidate.
I don't
Yeah.
know. The smaller you are, the closer you are to the crotch punch.
I know, right? I posted that a while ago
Yeah.
about dwarves.
So guard is running downstairs.
So, all that being said, I'm going into the next room and trying to expedite this antidote. Father of Food, can you please make sure that this lovely lady is comfortable and able-bodied for the next few minutes until an actual cleric gets here? My lady, just give me some time. Everybody else, you can either A, run downstairs and get plenty of water and blankets. This woman's gonna need fluid and something to keep her warm. While somebody else, entertain my brother with a sparring match, music, story time. I don't give a flip.
You know what? But two birds, one stone. Two birds, one stone. Two birds, one stone. Strong boy. Need help carrying heavy things. Come with me now. Let him up.
And then he immediately charges downstairs to do the job. Because he has
Yep.
literally been doing nothing.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna help with
So yeah,
that
we're gonna-
since I'm not doing anything else.
Yep,
Yep,
many hands make
and-
light work.
Yep.
Yep, I'll help out too. Without needing to move just assume that she's helping out. Just save time on moving the token.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Donnie is carrying all he can on his person. We're coming back up, so yeah.
And for making an antidote, I'm trying to remember if that aptitude would go under dexterity or intelligence. I know when you're trying to figure out something is intelligence.
Whoop, okay, we're going back up? Okay, we're going back up.
Yes.
I get
Okay, there
knocked
we go.
down and then up again.
You can't
know what,
never gonna
the-
keep me down.
Hold on.
Anyway.
I just realized something. I am going to I'm going to come in there and I'm going to provide bardic inspiration for your roll, so you'll have a d6.
Would my guidance also be able to help with that?
You didn't cast guidance on me.
No, I'm saying if I did, would it help?
Extra d4, but you didn't do it in advance, so
Ah, dang it. Okay, never mind then.
You
so
know what?
an
You're
extra
gonna go with
d6.
intelligence.
I didn't know I had to do it in advance.
So
Oh, do you?
add a d6
DM?
to that. Hold on, I'll do it for you. Hold on.
29!
29.
That's a 29?
Uh,
'Cause I
may I ask a
rolled with
question of the DM?
Yes?
May I ask a question of the DM? If Selena was able to cast Bardic Inspiration in
Yes.
advance, shouldn't Ceres also be able to cast Guidance in advance?
Yes.
I'm gonna counter this real quick. Quick.
Wait.
She did state she's gonna help with the blankets and liquids first.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that is a fair
Oh,
point.
yeah, that's a fair point. Okay.
Yep.
So she would have gotten started by the time we got back then. All right.
That is a fair
Yep.
point.
So with alchemist supplies and the 6, your chances of creating antidote are now 9 to 10.
Okay.
Hope so with a 29 roll.
Hearing all of the commotion outside, Helgen addresses Lady. What was her name? Victoria.
She
Gabrielle.
still hasn't given her name.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because
What was your name?
Alucard has the wanted poster. He's the only one who knows.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't said yet.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Consider, considering I'm helping your friend here, may I know your name?
You can know my nickname right now. Gabby.
Gabby. Short for a couple things. I'm guessing Gabrielle.
The
But I'll
less you
keep
know
that.
about that, the better for you. I know,
I'll
just
keep that.
just help you.
He looks to the door and hearing all the commotion. Lively bunch, aren't they? Well,
I'm still surprised that they're doing all this to help us, and they barely know us.
costs nothing to help.
It might cost everything to get involved with us.
Nothing good was ever easy.
Out of character, well, you just contradicted yourself there.
I mean, cookies are easy to make, and they're always good.
No. He contradicted himself. And at first he says, "Costs nothing to help," and then then he says, "Good things are never easy." So it's like, which is it? Does it cost nothing to help, or is it hard to help? In which case, it costs something.
Nothing good is ever easy. Which means in order to get good results, hard work is always needed.
Which means it costs something.
He's got you there.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, with the water and blankets and the cleric.
Yeah,
yeah, they bring back the water and blankets and
yeah. And on the bed, instead of seeing the noble woman, you see a very white-skinned woman with short white hair, her eyes not having any pupils at all, and her clothes have changed to a more dark red skin type outfit.
do I recognize her species? What do we roll for that? To see if we know what she is.
If you want to, you can do a history. Though it is, I will admit, this is not a hard DC. You know that she
okay.
is. You know that you don't know too much about her culture and what her race does, but you know that she's a changeling.
Okay, I assumed they were rarer than that. Alright.
They are rare. You know her species, you just don't know anything else about them.
Okay. Thank
Like
you.
where they come from, how they are made, where they're born, what growing up like them is like, blah blah blah, yada yada.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Now, moving on!
Moving on.
Yeah,
So
Amelia,
that
you
way-
got a formula that could be an antidote in your hand.
I'm just moving my character out of the
just
way.
making the antidote as fast as I can.
Yeah.
And then she's going to, once it's complete, she's just gonna zoom out and go to the other room. Antidote incoming, antidote incoming, antidote incoming.
The gnomes are a speedy pair, aren't they?
They're halflings. Well, oh yeah, she's a gnome.
Nope.
No, the brother and sister are gnomes.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what? I'm gonna make this a joke and sound you can bonkers later. Secretly, we're both autistic. That's the joke.
So
I would
Gemma,
bonk
you'll
you
need
right
to-
now. So you gave the changeling the antidote?
Yes.
At first she coughs it as it tastes vile in her mouth. But as she stops coughing, she lays back down on the bed, breathing very normally.
Donner comes waddling in, having overheard Hagelin's earlier thing with all
Halgan.
the blankets. Halgan, sorry.
Yeah.
So, where can I put these?
Well,
In the
I thought we'd brought the stuff earlier.
Yeah.
I did.
Also,
did.
GM, I've
They
only
would
got
bring the
6
tail
minutes
end.
left, and then
Yep,
I need to leave.
I know. I'm
Yep.
hurrying up as fast as I can. As
Right.
you guys hold your breath to hope for this antidote to work, you hear a lot of footsteps coming upstairs.
Ah, nuts.
What? Is going on here? And you see a guard coming with a woman that looks like the woman that came in. I heard from the guards there's a patient. Is this her?
Do you know anything about poisons? Do you know how to remove them?
Yes.
Real quick.
Then yes,
question.
this is her.
Real quick
Yeah,
question
one more
for you,
question.
Les.
Yes.
What is the oath? What is the healer's oath?
To heal something, no matter how big or small, if we leave an illness, we're no doctors at all.
There you go. There's your cleric. Yes, this is her. Please
Alright.
remove poison. I made an antidote that can subdue it for the next few minutes, but everything else is on you. Everybody else that is not the cleric, out!
Yes, you heard the lady. Out, out, out! As she rubs her hands together, and you see what looks to be a radiant glow on her hands.
As the one who's been taking care of herself, would it be all right if I stayed?
Yes.
I can fill you in.
You're a cleric?
I, a Festus cleric.
That's rare. Then, yes, you can stay. And in the meantime, outside, you see the female inquisitor, look around. It's going, okay, everyone downstairs, you have a lot of explaining to do.
We have a prisoner, guard captain. She's in the other room over there. Impersonating a cleric.
All of you, downstairs, now.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that is where we're going to end the session tonight, guys.
Okay.
All right.
In the meantime, we'll move our tokens down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And we'll
Sucks we
pick
had to
this up
cut it
next
short,
week.
but this was still fun.
I hope I
Well-
wasn't doing too much this session.
No,
You
this
are
gets.
Yep.
You're fine. It was good. It was good having you do some role play, and the role play was excellent, especially that dramatic reveal. That was really fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will admit to
Yep.
it's like Donovan has been. Oh, sorry.
What were you
You
going to say?
No, I was
But
going to let
we-
you go first, though, Corva.
Well, actually, I did want to speak to you, Cactus.
Yes.
Would it help if I were to suggest some stuff you could have done this session as sort of a reference point for what you could do next session if there's more investigation stuff going on?
Yeah, fair enough, because doesn't help because I ended up falling asleep and it's like, crap, gotta hurry and make dinner to be like, go, 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 go.
So, some things you could have done is one, you could have when I went down to talk to the guard, you could have come with me at a bit of a bad cop alongside the good cop. You could have also done more getting supplies. You could have gone with the sparring match with
Sorry.
that Saris offered. Basically, in situations because both of us were kind of in that situation where technically our class abilities aren't really useful here. Like there was no stealthing I could do, there was no trap finding, there wasn't any combat encounter for me to roll my sneak attack with. So I kind of had to improvise with, okay, can I think of some stuff to do with the skills I do have that would still make sense? Like, oh, I mean, I don't know how to cook, but I can use my perception check to at least find supplies. I don't know how to, I don't know medicine, but could survival potentially work to find healing herbs? And at the very least, I can like go grab the bucket of water and someone needs to talk to guards. Well, I've got persuasion and intimidate. I could at the very least do something there. Basically, you're going to often be in situations where the story isn't geared around giving your character something to do. So you've got to go outside the box to find something that your character can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and again, I do understand it, but man, it's just more a case of it just felt like nothing to do. Can't just do abilities to do stuff, and as I had said with the sparring thing, guards would overhear that and possibly misunderstand that as well. So off we go to possible more tight security location.
I'm sure you could have explained it to them, but even then, the point is that I understand you were bored, but you were also not really trying to find anything to do, and even when something was offered, you turned it down. Like, if it was a case of, okay, I'm turning this thing down, but I'm still looking for as many other things to do as possible, that would be better. But as it was,
yeah, fair enough.
Didn't do anything, and then complained you weren't given anything to do.
Well, I see your point. It's also a case of I usually don't like feeling like I'm interrupting someone else's scenes as well, sort of idea.
I get it.
I've spoken to Kat and several other friends who have felt the same way. So I'm going to make something very clear, and I'm positive everyone's going to back me up on this. You're a main character. You're not the main character, but you and everyone else here is a main character. Therefore, every scene you get involved in is important. Every scene you get involved in matters, and and your contribution to it matters. You are not intruding on the scene, you are part of the scene.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll have to keep that in mind. So yeah, I will have to keep that in mind. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Me too.
And if it helps, when I can't think of anything to do in a scene, I get around boredom by following what the others are doing, and it's just as entertaining.
That's
for me.
Fun. It's very fun to listen to what people are doing. That being said, I bid you adieu. I have to go DM another game. This was fun. Ark, thank you for getting Courtney to wake me up when September ends.
And he's gone again.
Don't even give you a chance to respond.
I will talk to him about it tomorrow, or if he's still awake later. We really need to work out something that doesn't involve me poking Courtney last minute to wake him up.
Please.
Yes.
Yeah, and I would like to say that the DM whisper from last week was the moment I got the Padme theory in my head, but that was the player. Like I said, I asked Kat last night if Selena had the capacity to figure that out. Intelligence check 5. Nope.
Well, that sucks, but I'm so glad we called it.
Yep, that what I just said as a joke to all of y'all that called it. Come and get your cookies, because I wasn't paying attention to any of it.
Cookies.
I was just saying, okay, so this is a noble woman who has a guard that wants to protect her, and then there's the other guard that's just distrusting of everybody. Hey, kind of like Amelia at some points.
So, shame we had to end the session early. I was hoping for some more role play after the chaos. But
Well,
yeah,
we it's the 3 hour. It made to the 3 hours anyway, but
Yeah.
we
well, what? Has it been? It's only 9 o'clock on. It's 9 o'clock
It's
on
10
my
o'clock
end.
here.
It's-
Yeah.
Ah, right.
It's-
Time zone. Time zone.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Started
it
at
was
6
3
o'clock for
hours.
you and
All
me.
right.
Yep, we started at 6 o'clock for you and me, which is 7 o'clock for Cat and
Well,
Cactus, and
and
then
myself.
Okay.
for everybody on the East Coast, it's an hour before. Everybody on the West Coast is 2 hours later.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
I I was reading the
you had
clock
it
wrong.
backwards.
Eh?
It's 6 o'clock in the central time zone. It'd be right now it's 9 o'clock in the central. On the East Coast it's 10, and it'll be 7 o'clock on the West Coast.
Yes.
Okay. Time zones.
They're
Ay.
never fun.
No, don't
Yeah.
even get me started on daylight savings.
Yep.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah.
But
What
for
did
some
you-
of the session, I am sorry you guys are bored.
I wasn't. I
It's
was
alright.
listening in to everybody else. It was still fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was listening to
Yep,
everybody else. Whenever I was saying that we're bored, that was just Amelia saying, I'm sorry, guys, but this is me losing my patience right now because y'all told us to hurry up and wait. We've been waiting nonstop. Do your job and get this woman.
And
Alright.
since I already had Selena do a performance last session, I was like, yeah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to waste another one.
I don't think it counts as wasting. Don't you get them back after?
Yeah,
a
I
long
know,
rest?
but here's the thing. Kat gave me a list of songs that she knows on particular instruments, and I don't want.
Oh, you
only
don't want to. You don't want to show them off. All of them off all at once.
yeah,
Got it.
Yeah,
and I
got
don't
it.
want to eventually repeat over like such a short number of sessions. So spacing them out.
Yeah, understandable then.
Mhm. And again, all of you can bonk me if this was bad, but Board Donovan.
Funny, honestly. Kind of funny.
it was kind of
Yep,
funny
and I
because
also would like to say, and I also would like to say, I was sitting on that. Can you keep a secret? Good, so can I for a while.
Nice.
but the thing with Board
y'all know where that's
Donovan,
from, don't you?
Nope.
no.
Clue.
All right.
Oh, I need to watch that movie again. I only saw like half of it, but it was pretty funny.
But the thing with Board Donovan, it works out well because, well, hi, Amy and Donnie are brother and sister, so she would know how to take care of him whenever he's bored because
The way the
she has
other-
no one that can ground him.
Yeah,
But but if
And,
she's busy and she has no other way to ground him, whoever's able-bodied and strong enough, somebody block my brother from doing something stupid.
you
Go
getting
Kyle!
tackled by the Dragonborn and getting smacked over the head with a frying pan. That guy has a hard head.
he still hasn't been healed.
Oh, right. How hard did you hit him?
For the net
critical
20,
hit.
I took half damage because I was still raging at that point because it was immediately after the bursting down the door thing. So the second time I wasn't raging, and that's the one that dazed me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, you
Sure.
do have a good chunk out of your health bar.
A third.
Truth be told, I was thinking that the hilarious part for the second time, all I had to do was just hold it in his path.
And he ran right into it.
I hope that my posting in the chat box isn't too inconvenient.
No, you're good.
You're good.
you're good.
Well, you were silent for the entire session. Was there a lot of traffic today?
Almost constant.
That explained it. But, yeah.
Even though, even though my headphones don't always pick up the engines of the different trucks that go by, I just really don't want that stuff recorded because it would, ruin part of the session.
No, like,
Would make it a bit more funny. Remember the fire alarm thing?
That was great. Right in the middle of role play.
Yeah.
Great.
Are you okay? You okay, Cat? After that,
I'm okay. Like there were like some parts where I had to try. It was funny, wording things to know that these three are trying to hide something, but they're trying to say it in a way to not incriminate themselves. That was fun.
Wait.
The main thing
because-
now is that everything is absolutely ruined, and she's going to have to explain everything to the Inquisitor.
yep.
Yep-a-dee-doo.
All the effort that she went to is
It
just
was all for naught.
absolutely all for naught.
Yep. As soon as you
And now
said
that
we need to
they-
prick the bud, I'm going. Oh God, that's how they're gonna find out.
Yeah. Did you stop the recording? By the way,
No, I haven't yet.
Oh shoot.
Whoops.
Good.
Edit
I'll say this
mode.
before the
Time to
recording
edit
ends.
some more.
Bored Donnie is funny Donnie.